Hello, not another lie, end time prophecy, Pastor Minor. I want to take a moment and talk to you about the window of opportunity. The Lord has given us a window of opportunity. We're in a strategic window right now. And it's very imperative that we take full advantage of that window because we only have one window. We don't have 2, 3, 4 windows. We have one window. If you understand prophetic things, you understand the time, like the sons of Issachar, then you understand that we have one window. What I mean by that, if you think you have 2 windows, you'll go, oh, well, I'll build my house here, and then later on I'll build my business over here, or I'll do this over there. And you're saying, okay, so I'm going to take the time right now and I'm going to focus on just building a house. And then after I get finished building a house, then I'm going to focus on building this. No, that's not the kind of window we're in. We're in the window where you got to do everything at the same time. You have one window to do everything at the same time. Let me give you an example. God gave Noah a window. In Genesis chapter 6, verses 13 to 22, God was telling Noah to do something, to build an ark. In verse number 22, it says, thus Noah did according to all that God commanded him. And so he did. And so God said, I need you to build an ark. I need you to start. This is what I need you to do. This is what I need you to do it with. This is who I need you to bring in. He gave him all the instructions that he needed to build the ark. He got started on the ark. When he got started on the ark, the countdown began. So every day he nailed a hammer. Every day he put more pitch on. Every day that the animals came. Every day that he got closer to finishing, the window of opportunity for the rest of humanity was closing. Whether or not they understood it, whether or not they knew it, the window of opportunity for the rest of humanity was closing because Noah was working in the window that God gave him to accomplish what God told him to accomplish in the time period for which he needed to do it. What happened is Noah finished the ark, and when Noah finished the ark, God himself came and closed the door. And when God closed the door on the ark with Noah and the animals and his families in there, guess what? The window was over. It was closed. The Bible says that it started raining and the ground opened up and water came from underneath the earth, and it started raining and the flood came. And the flood didn't stop until everything was destroyed. But Noah in the boat was floating on. Why? Because he had a window of opportunity. He built what God told him to build in the window because God was going to close the door. Let me give you another example. The Bible said there is 10 virgins, 5 wise, 5 foolish. So the wise virgins had oil, and then they had extra oil. But the foolish virgins ran out of oil. And when the bridegroom came, they was like, give us some of your oil. They was like, no, you need to go get oil for yourself. But then they left to go get oil. But when they left to go get oil, Jesus had already took the wise ones in and closed the door. And when they came a knocking, guess what? The window of opportunity was closed. It was gone. There was no more window of opportunity. It was gone. Gone. Never to come back again. God had closed the door. Twice, God closed the door. We're in a window of opportunity, and God is closing the door. Prophecy is closing the door on our windows of opportunity. And so everything that God has given you to build, you got to build it now. All the preparations that God has told you to prepare, everything he's in the instructions that he's giving, you got to do it now. So yes, okay, I need to do the conference, I need to do this, but you got to do that now. But you got to do that while you build the farm, and while you start the garden, and while you set up your place of safety. You got to do both at the same time. You can't say, well, I'm going to go over here and focus on this and the conference and this, and then I'm not going to do my place of safety, and I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to do the other thing. No. Everything, we got one window, y'all. We don't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, we got one window, and everything must be accomplished that God is speaking to us in the same window. God is telling us here, go out, reach these souls, prepare to help feed these people, prepare to do this. But at the same time, do this, prepare over here, do this. He's not saying, okay, just focus on this. No, he's saying you got to do all of that. All the instructions I'm giving you, you got to do it all because you still only have one window. And when I shut this door, When this next plague come and they say you can't go nowhere. When the bombs start dropping and everything changed, and when they call your son into war, when they call, no, you got one window. You got one window to get everything done. Preparation, same window. Build, same window. Change, same window. Just one window. So those of you that God has given instructions, you need to have a sense of urgency because you got one window. And that window is closing. Every time you see another prophecy happening, coming into full effect, getting greater, you understand that, guess what? Your window is closing. Us, the saints, our window is closing. The Bible says, work while it's day, night coming, and no man can work. In other words, the saints got to do everything they can in the window, because one day, you, the saint, you won't even be able to go in the store to buy nothing. And if you hadn't already bought what you needed to buy, your window has the door shut for you. Some of you will get this and some of you won't. But I'm just letting you know that you have one window. One. That's it. One. Not multiple. One. And everything that God is speaking to you to do, you got to do it now. And you got to do it with a sense of urgency. And that means everything in the same window. God will help you. He will supernaturally provide for you. He'll give you favor. He'll give you help. He'll give you resources. He'll give you what you need. You just have to have faith and know that, okay, God, you told me to do it in this window. You're going to provide what I need because the window is closing faster than I know. Understand it. Take advantage so you won't be like the foolish virgins and he shut the door. God bless you. Not another lie. End time prophecy. Pastor Minor. Be blessed. Bye-bye.